Do you remember how late Gavin got up in the morning?
Yeah, he got up probably like around 1, as he normally does.
I woke up at 1, and Bree was over.
Did you pack the night before?
No, I packed probably like a couple days before, but then I was missing a lot of shit. But yeah, I basically did everything like in one night.
I think I hadn't fully packed. I think I had most of my stuff packed at this point.
Did you think Gavin was missing anything?
Yes, definitely. We packed like 3 shirts. That's it.
It was definitely like I had to do like one more load of laundry or something, and I was like in a rush. I definitely left some clothes. I didn't prepare very well for the trip in general. I think you got to my house at like, when did you get off of work? Like 4? Around 4, yeah, so you got my house like 4:30 maybe.
Was there anything like that you wished you packed?
Probably better like clothes for the weather.
And then packing everything into your car, playing Tetris, just trying to stuff everything in there. That part, I can't believe that worked that smoothly, honestly. I thought there's no way we're gonna have enough room. But that worked out smoothly.
When we got to Walmart, like, did you see anything like on your way that you're like, oh shit, we should have packed that?
The candles. And I don't know, I thought like some of the camping stuff was kind of cool, like to get.
It was buying melatonin and a lot of weird last second supplies. We got sandwich, got food for the trip. We got food to cook. We even got the cooking utensils there. We got butane or propane, I don't remember. It's like the same thing anyway. And one of those like weird stand-up cooker things. And yeah.
How long do you think we were at Walmart for?
Probably like 2 or 3 hours or something.
God, we were in Walmart for so long. We were in Walmart for like 2 hours.
Think about the time.
I would definitely think about that the whole time, yeah.
And then, the 5-hour drive, mostly through the night. I mean, we stopped at Chili's and ate.
We went to Chili's.
That was cool, because we all walked in and then awkwardly walked to the bathroom, like without getting a table or anything. And then we like hung out at the bathroom for like 15 minutes before eventually walking and getting a table.
I had a quesadilla, a couple of quesadillas.
And then I left my card, which was awesome.
Oh yeah, Kevin lost his card.
I thought I lost it for sure.
And it was in his pocket the whole time.
But it ended up being in my luggage somewhere.
We were at Chili's about 2.5 hours in. How were you feeling when we had to get back in the car?
I wasn't feeling terrible. I mean, the only time I felt terrible was the way back, probably. I think there was only like 4 or 3 hours left, right? Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, that was mostly the car ride. It ended in the most horrifying manner of just like being like, okay, we're here, and there's pitch black all around and like a field.
What did you think of this spot and what our predicament was?
I was terrified right when we got there, and I thought that you were stupid. You didn't know what you were doing. I mean, it was very scary.
We got out, and we just kind of shined flashlights in the field, and it was like, I wonder if we could sleep. Most of it was just tall grass.
I mean, it was like a house every like million of miles, and it was on the side of the road. It was across from the campsite that a lot of people were going to for the eclipse.
Then we found like the weird, perfect, like stars aligning patch of grass that fit 2 tents and a car. It was crazy.
You backed up into the grass to make a spot, and then we just set up right there.
How was setting up a tent?
It was actually very easy. I've normally had to do that with my dad before. I was the only one doing it.
That is such a believable. That's crazy. You just kept all loud and on camera.
No, they don't know it's about you. It's him. Look at the person. No, it's fine. It's fine. You just don't go camping.
I
do?
Shut up. It's not your interview.
Unbelievable.
It's not your interview. I did all the work. I did all the work.
I held my tongue. That was unbelievable.
No, it wasn't.
You say that like Matt didn't do it for us.
What? I did most of my thing by myself.
No, Matt. We were like, Matt, we don't know how to do it.
No. No, I don't. No, that's not true.
Was there anything going through your mind while you were sitting at the tent? Or
I thought there was gonna be snakes and bears and police. And I was like worried that someone's gonna but drive around and be like, oh, what is those people doing?
We just kind of set up, and I don't remember what else we did that night. We set up, and I feel like we pretty much just said like, all right, good night. Like once we were all settled down, I think you fell asleep like a rock. Is that right? Yeah, you fell asleep like a rock. Me and Bree were like, we were terrified all night long.
There's a lot of noises, and like the outside the tent, it sounded like someone was walking around like most of the night, but it was just like the wind.
Can you describe any things that were keeping you up besides just the walking sound?
Definitely the cold. It was really, really cold. We didn't pack like enough blankets and sleeping bags.
I totally forgot about the blankets too.
Do we have any certain vehicles pass by?
Yeah, there was people that was like 2 in the morning or 1 in the morning. I can't remember, but they would go around the little loop that we were around, and they would just slowly start stopping and sit there for a little bit, and then they'd just drive away.
I didn't expect cars to drive around and stop. And then it's just like, you like sit up a little bit and you're like, what the hell is going on? Like who's around? What's going on? What are they doing here? And then they would just drive off. And it was like, why would they do that? Who is that? What's the point? Did they call the cops? I don't know. Like you're thinking all these thoughts. And it's like 4 in the morning and you're trying to sleep. Eventually I did fall asleep, thankfully. And I woke up to your alarm. Your phone alarm going crazy at like 6 or 7 in the morning.
How many hours of sleep did you get?
Probably like 3. It was very bad.
I was running off a cool 2 hours, and I think we were yelling at you from like across the tents. We were yelling at you, we're like, turn off the alarm. And then I think eventually we just got up anyway.
When you woke up that next morning, what was the first thing going through your head, if you remember?
Man, these birds are so annoying. A lot of bird noises.
I know that me and Bree definitely wanted to look around and see what the environment looked like. We had no idea where we were.
Oh, we were trying to like check out what it was looking like around us because we couldn't see it really at night. And there was a random house right behind where we were sitting.
And it turned out we were like 5 feet away from like the farmer's property. Like 5 feet away, there's fences on like where his property ended and the weird like half circle of field started.
And it was a lot smaller like of an area than I thought it was when we came up.
What did we have for breakfast?
We had awesome hash browns that were charred and
Don't diss my
and some eggs
And bacon. And we started off with the bacon, delicious, ended up great. And then the hash brown and eggs was a little bit of a mistake, whatever happened with those hash browns and those eggs. And then we just kind of staked out on waiting basically for park patrol, police, we weren't really sure, and for the eclipse.
What did we do when the eclipse was getting closer?
We were playing the Pink Floyd album.
And we started the Pink Floyd album, whatever time, 42 minutes, whatever, before the eclipse.
And eating some chips. And I was just chilling in some lawn chairs.
Describe the temperature during the whole day.
It was really, really hot before.
It was hot. It was really nice. Inside the tent was like an oven. I felt like I was getting like cooked.
And got a lot cooler during the eclipse, and then it went pretty hot again, like an hour or 2 hours after.
Do you remember anything about the specific visitors that were showing up on the road?
One dude was standing on his truck. Another dude was looking straight at the sun after the thing was going across. A lot of like families, I guess. People staring at us. One guy just looked like he was gonna come up to us from playing music.
And that's like the excitement started building a little bit for me. And we had like our glasses ready and everything, so we were looking at the sun, you know. I remember when the first little tiny peek around the sun happened, and either you or me said like, oh, like something's going on, like something's happening. And that was kind of the beginning of the whole experience, at least the solar eclipse itself experience. And we kind of just stared at it on and off. I feel like one of us was always looking at the sun at any given time, which was cool. Like we were like a bunch of scientists or something, like just like waiting to like say like, oh, like it's this much complete, it's this much full or whatever towards totality, which was cool. And yeah, the Pink Floyd album builds up, and you know the sun gets more and more eclipsed.
The totality is that what it's called? Yeah. That was a lot longer than what I last remembered it, which I think was supposed to happen.
And I'd never seen totality before, but it's like if I was alive 1,000 years ago, I would think the world was ending. Like it's very, very odd. It's something that I feel like humans, like, I don't know. There's no, the first time you see it, there's no way to like describe it in like a way that like can make sense, I don't think.
And the sky was really cool. It didn't get as dark as I thought it was gonna get.
When the totality happened, were you a little afraid to take off the glasses? No?
Nope. I think I was the only one that was like fine with like knowing. I felt like I knew when it was like fine to look at it.
I was horrified to look at it without the glasses on. Like when it was totality, I was like, should we look at it? Like, should we look at it? I was like looking around at other people and they were looking at it. I was like, I think I like waited like 20 seconds or 30 seconds to make sure like they didn't get the permanent eye damage before I looked at it.
What did you think of the eclipse?
It was sick. I did the last one and I seen like the full totality. I don't remember it at all, so I don't know, I guess it was special, I guess.
Took them off, like the diamond white ring around the moon. Weird. It's crazy. It's very hard to put into words what it's like seeing that, I guess, besides just like it's cool and amazing to see. Totality lasted like 3 minutes or whatever. Towards the end I was getting really nervous because I thought the sun was gonna peek out, and I was like, ooh, I don't really want to look at it. Like if the sun's about to peek out, I didn't want to get that burned eye damage type of thing. And then we cooked some burgers, classic burger time, and I can't believe I said that. Well, yours was like burnt and then like a little bit raw on the inside, and like mine was mostly raw on the inside. Probably the best burger I ever had in my entire life.
There's no way you enjoyed that burger.
I enjoyed that burger thoroughly. It sparked insane interest in like raw beef for me that I never thought I had. As long as you know it's prepared safely, but raw beef is I think probably goated.
What do you remember after the eclipse, like specifically like the tearing down of the campsite?
I mean, that wasn't bad. It was just like the events afterwards, like driving home was pretty bad. How we were feeling. Yeah, it was just like crappy feeling after.
Yeah, so after the eclipse itself, we went to the Newcastle, Indiana skate park. I've skated for like 10 years. This was probably one of the best skate parks I've ever been to in my entire life. It had so many features. I was very fond of that park, and I had a good time. I was like skating really hard that day, and I thought it was it was a good release of energy after everything. That's kind of how I use skateboarding, but it was very it was odd, I think, to like be in a different state, go to a solar eclipse, and then go skateboard for like a couple hours. We skated until it was dark, probably way longer than we should have. I think you guys were like ready to leave at like a certain point, and you were just waiting for me to like do something, and then we got sucked into skating for like 2 more hours after that. But I'm glad that we did. It was a lot of fun, and we set back home.
Anything specific you remember on the way back?
I remember Gavin feeling like crap. We're not gonna get into that.
I felt horrible. I don't know if it was the skateboarding or the camping or maybe the raw beef burger, but I was feeling some type of terrible I cannot describe.
Felt like crap the next day. Threw up a bunch.
What do you think caused that?
Definitely not eating, sleeping, drinking water, all of it. And I didn't feel it till like the next day.
We went to a truck stop, and like I was trying to use like the bathroom, and there was truckers moaning in there. It was so weird. It was so odd. I don't know how to describe like what was going on. I couldn't even begin to tell you what was happening in that truck stop. I don't want to. I don't want to know. You probably don't either.
What time do you think we got home?
It was like
Anything specific?
2 or 3, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we got back like at like 2 or 3 maybe in the morning. It was super late, super late, and I was exhausted. And then we still stayed up. Me and Bree still stayed up for like an extra hour, which was just not what we needed at that time. But I think that's just like, you know, you need time to unwind, especially after all that. So we were unwinding, and then yeah, I fell asleep. Woke up the next day, and then I was caring for Bree all day because she felt horrible and I felt really bad. And yeah, that was really rough.
Any other thoughts that you might want to go back on? If you don't, it's
I don't think so. I think it's amazing that we didn't get in trouble. That definitely had to have been some kind of private property or something. The fact that we ended up being okay that whole time is a miracle and very nice. I think it was a little Eclipse Day miracle. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bird in the woods.
Yay.
Huh?
There's a bird in the woods.
I heard that. All right.
All right.